Hey, this is C.O.P.S, checking our public servants, and come with me as we go back to the 1960s. In 1963, during partial U.S. involvement in Vietnam, and shortly after he begun a limited recall of U.S. forces, President Kennedy is assassinated on TV. In 1964, under the new Vietnam War focused President Johnson, the U.S. government lied about an attack against U.S. ships to justify a full war against Vietnam. In 1967, a military drafted U.S. gold medalist and heavyweight champion of the world, boxer Cassius Clay, who had recently changed his name to Muhammad Ali, challenged the government.
Ali defeated Foley by a knockout in the 7th round. Immediately thereafter, he walked into the teeth of a monumental decision. He was drafted, and then he refused induction on the grounds of his religious convictions on war.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people or some poor, hungry people in the mud for big, powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality, raped and killed my mother and father. What, I'm going to shoot them for what? How can I go shoot them? Them little poor little black people, little babies and children and women. How can I shoot them poor people? Just take me to jail.
While fighting imprisonment for his stand, Ali was also stripped of his title, denied a license to fight in the United States, and denied a visa to go overseas to fight. He was in a much tighter financial bind than most were aware of.
I don't want to see the world heavyweight champion driving the Volkswagen, guys in the Cadillacs and making fun of you. So I'm working today, I'm hauling, right? And so one day I had to speak at Canisius. Heard of Canisius? Canisius, Fairleigh Dickinson, C.W. Post. 3 colleges at $1,500 a college. Pretty good money. So I broke my wife's piggy bank. She had about $35 in it. $135. I broke the piggy bank to get gas money to get me to the college. And I got enough gas and food money to get the $4,500, the $1,500 lecture. At $45 would hold me, pay gas bills, light bills, till I get to the next college. This went on until the whole mess was over.
Inevitably, students would challenge Ali on his stand and his convictions. Remarkably, Ali more than held his own against students who had a far better formal education than he.
I'm saying you talking about me about some draft, and all of you white boys are breaking your neck to get to Switzerland and Canada and London. I'm not going to help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. If I'm going to die, you my enemy. My enemy is the white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
When Muhammad Ali says, "My enemy is white people," you got to understand that this is during the time and not long after legal segregation in the United States. I can understand the confusion many black Americans had of the enemy being white people instead of the oppressive government, when at the time the oppressive government was made up of basically 100% white people. Muhammad Ali appeared in Houston for his scheduled induction into the U.S. Armed Forces, but he refused 3 times to step forward when his name was called. An officer warned him that he was committing a felony punishable by 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Once more, Ali refused to budge when his name was called, and he was arrested. The New York State Athletic Commission suspended his boxing license and stripped him of his title. Other boxing commissions followed suit. Ali remained unable to obtain a license to box in any state for over 3 years. This sparked a huge anti-war movement. Public opinion steadily turned against the war following 1967, and by 1970, only a third of Americans believed that the U.S. had not made a mistake by sending troops to fight in Vietnam. With this, Ali not only represented a political voice for Muslim Americans and Black Americans, but Americans altogether. These are the celebrities and athletes that represents the political voice of Americans and especially Black Americans today.
Well, hello there, Joe.
In an appeal to the youth vote, Biden sat down for an interview with rapper Cardi B, conducted for Elle magazine. Look at those fluttering fingernails.
But I feel like right now, there's just a lot of tension. And we need somebody to clean that. I'm just so tired of it.
Well, Suzanne, rapper Snoop Dogg is helping raise awareness about coronavirus and its impact on people of color. He met with Inglewood Mayor James Butts and LA County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer for an important conversation. CBS 2's Tina Patel has the latest.
When they stick that thing up here, no, they not doing that. I gotta go mouth, back of the mouth. We good.
Snoop Dogg talks like a regular person talks.
For shizzle dizzle, it's the big nep tizzle with the Snoopy deal double jizzle.
Which is why when the mayor of Inglewood wanted to have an in-depth conversation about COVID-19 and how it's affecting minority communities, he asked the rapper to take part.
Well, I came in today with my mask on to lead by example to show that I'm following protocol because I really want to find a way to better this.
LA County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer appreciates that.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
She says the pandemic is not affecting everyone equally. Black and brown patients who get infected in the county are dying at twice the rate of white patients.
This pandemic cannot be on the backs of people of color and of poor people.
Rochelle Robinson and her husband think the mayor was smart to get Snoop involved because even though he's not from Inglewood, he spends a lot of time here and is well liked.
When you are a boisterous person and people respect what you have to say, they're gonna listen. They're gonna listen.
The Robinsons say most people they encounter are wearing masks and practicing social distancing, but they say the virus will not go away unless everyone is careful.
As a community, we have to understand getting our hair done and getting our nails done. You see, I don't have any on. It's not that important.
Several testing sites have been set up in Inglewood, like this one at the Forum. Experts hope getting more people tested will help slow the spread of the virus. In the meantime, they'll keep doing outreach like this.
Today is a great day because a lot of questions were answered based off of our conversation.
NBA superstar LeBron James, who was famously told 2 years ago by a conservative commentator to, quote, shut up and dribble, has emerged as a political force as issues of racial justice and voter suppression move to the forefront in the run-up to November's presidential election. James reacted angrily to the police shooting of Blake Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which sparked days of unrest, tweeting earlier in the week, quote, F this man, we demand change, sick of it. After a halt to NBA playoff games for 3 days, players have agreed to resume play starting Saturday. James's team, the Los Angeles Lakers, are one of several teams still vying for this year's NBA title.
So Muhammad Ali was stripped of his titles, was stripped of his boxing license and his ability to practice his craft and make money for his family. And he also did time in jail for his beliefs, for his political beliefs and his political stance against the government. And LeBron James voluntarily takes off 3 days of games, 2 days of games, and tweets that something has to change. This is a Instagram post that Snoop made about LeBron James. There is no other athlete that could possibly be put in the sentence of greatest of all time off the court, off the ring, out of the ring. There is no other person other than Muhammad Ali. Snoop Dogg, LeBron James, Cardi B, and the rest of them are sellout clowns that deserve no respect from the people.